friends, and welcome to today's Well Chat. I am so excited about my special guest that I have with us today. It is your favorite pastor. I know it's my favorite pastor, but I'm excited to sit down with Pastor Jeff, my dear hubby, and we're going to talk about Christmas today. We're just going to talk about how the Williams family has fun during the holidays and at Christmas time, and some of our favorite things about Christmas. So, Pastor Jeff,
yes,
what do you love most about Christmas?
Miss Candy.
Mrs. Claus, my
Mrs.
friend.
Claus.
Mrs. Claus. I love wrapping our gifts, and I always, on the tags, I put to Papa Elf from Mrs. Claus.
Yes, anyway. Now, I will say this before we do that, before I answer the question. I have bugged her about when is Pastor Jeff going to get invited to the Well Chat? And here it is, the moment we've all been waiting for, right? Maybe not you, but me. But I'm so proud of her, and I'm so thankful that you watch. And I think it's just a great avenue to help ladies and many people just connect with the Lord and meet Him in everyday life, and so that's really cool. So I'm proud of you.
You're the first male. I don't know if you're welcome or not, but
I appreciate that.
we invited
That's good.
you.
Thank you very much.
That was
Yes.
great. Okay, so
Question.
are you gonna? Is that serious? What do you love most about Christmas?
What do I love most about Christmas? Well, I love traditions. I like our traditions that we have, and so I just like being able to hang out with. It's a downtime for us somewhat, and we get to. You know, it's really from Thanksgiving to Christmas Day. We have all of these little things that we do and we like to do together as a family. So that's my favorite.
Your favorite?
That and Christmas morning.
Yes.
And I like surprises. So surprises are big. She doesn't like surprises, but I love surprising her because I know she doesn't like them. But yeah, that's kind of cool. Here's another thing that I like. You asked me. I'm not good with just one thing. I like to share several things. Not that any of you would get that or understand that from Sunday. And I may just randomly break out into song. But nevertheless, I like tree gifts.
Ooh.
My dad started this a long time ago. And I guess I could save that for a vivid Christmas memory. Should I do that?
No, you have a different.
Okay, I got a different one of those. But my dad started this when I was little. My sister and I were small, and he would put gifts for my mother in the Christmas tree, or my sister, and it was always jewelry of some kind. But he called them tree gifts, and you never knew when it would come about. But every so often on Christmas, he would go, there's one more present in the tree. And I would watch them get so, there was never a Christmas tree gift for me. But nevertheless, I would watch them get excited about tree gifts. And we've done that. We've taken that and made that a part of not every Christmas, but there are some Christmases where we do tree gifts. So pretty cool.
I think about that time from Thanksgiving until the morning, December 25th, and how it's so much like almost planning for a wedding and getting ready for a wedding. You know, you plan what your decorations are going to be, and you spend an entire day. We spend an entire day decorating the inside of our house and outside of our house, and then, you know, making sure you get the things on everyone's Christmas list. I got to think about this the other day, so you all will have to let me know this, because when I find something on sale or I'm able to buy something with a coupon, I get really excited. But I think, do I want to just save money, or do I like the sale or the discount so I can spend more on that person? I think so. But it's just like all this anticipation that's built up from all those days between Thanksgiving and Christmas morning, just to be able to sit in our pajamas on Christmas morning and watch everybody open up their gifts, and just the look of the surprise on their faces. You know, they may have asked for something specific, but they didn't know that they were going to get that specific thing. And they get just so extremely excited and to be able to go back and watch the video again. So that's my favorite part of Christmas. And if I can share another one, I really love the romance during Christmas. And Pastor Jeff and I, we really enjoy being romantic, and we still date. And one of my favorite parts in that Christmas season is that he and I always go shopping together. We spend a whole day away from Jefferson, Georgia, and it's just Jeff and Candy. And we're shopping and just enjoying one another. And I just encourage you, if you're married, take a time out sometime in those days and weeks before Christmas, and spend time with one another and make memories. So, and I'm going to segue into the next question with my favorite Christmas movie, because it's a romantic, and it's Miracle on 34th Street. So you'll have to share with us what your favorite Christmas movie is, but that is super fun for us to be able to have a date night at home and watch Miracle on 34th Street.
The one from 1994.
Yes.
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 Specifically.
Yes.
Yes. And we couldn't find it for a while. We've had like several DVD copies, and they always get scratched. And this year, we were so excited. We found it on Vudu.
Vudu.
Is that what it was?
Yes.
And we bought it.
And we watched
And
Vudu
yes.
on Hulu,
Woo!
right?
Yes. It's great.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is awesome. So,
Yes.
so what is your favorite Christmas movie?
That is so hard, because I like all these Christmas movies. I mean, I'm torn up. Is it Die Hard? I mean, Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Rocky IV, it's a Christmas movie. No, I'm just kidding. But she did not know I was going to say that. So my favorite,
I could have guessed.
my favorite Christmas movie is Jingle All the Way. I love it. And we don't watch it much. I try to watch it once a year, but it's so funny to me. I quote it all the time. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sinbad, Turbo Man. It is hilarious. I just sit there like a kid and I cackle and laugh. I mean, I love Christmas Vacation. I like the Home Alones, the Santa Claus movies. I like all of those things. But if you probably want to know my favorite, it's Jingle All the Way.
Give us a line. Give us a line. What's
So
the line?
Arnold Schwarzenegger, they're trying to get the lottery balls for Turbo Man, and Sinbad's over there doing like this, and Arnold Schwarzenegger's laying on the bottom of the pile, and he goes, "He got two. He got two." And anyway, that was, I don't know, that's funny. I use it all the time.
This is us all the time. I mean, we are always quoting movies,
Yes.
and it's fun to quote scripture to one another.
Yes.
But I love it when we let the dogs out to go do their thing outside, and when they come back in, they get a treat. And sometimes somebody gets two treats, and it's always, "He got two."
He got two.
Okay.
Yes.
Extremely serious question.
Yes.
Do you believe in Santa?
Yes. I do.
Our
Yes.
kids have asked us through the years, is Santa real? And my response to that has always been, that's something you're going to have to decide. But my mama always told me, the minute you quit believing in Santa, there are no more gifts. So I believe in Santa.
Yeah.
I believe in Santa.
Yes.
And I just love getting caught up in some of the stories, whether they're myths or real stories about the real Saint Nicholas of the olden days and back in history, and Father Christmas. And I just recently read a story, I'm not sure if I shared this with you or not, about Saint Nicholas. And Nicholas grew up as a child from a wealthy family, and he later became a bishop in the church. And after his parents died, he received his inheritance, and he started giving it all away. As a child, his family were very cheerful givers and helping other people around them. And one year around December, he found out about these 3 daughters, and they were getting married, and they could not afford a wedding. and he heard about that. And he climbed up on their roof and he dropped gold coins down the chimney. And they had hung their wet stockings on the mantle to dry. And the coins bounced up into their stockings. And so that helped begin the tradition of hanging your stockings on your mantle. I didn't know
Cool.
that. I thought that was really, really cool.
That's awesome.
It's a good time of year to be a cheerful giver.
Yes, I agree. And this is the reason why. And I think it's a great time of year to invite people to church or to share your faith, because people's hearts are open to give and to receive. And so I think it's imperative for us to give during this time of year, because you can't outgive God. And two, I think it's important to invite and to be a part of that, because people want to receive as well. Anyway.
That's good. I remember when we got married, I don't think we really talked a whole lot about what traditions we were going to have before we were married. And so that first year that we were married, we didn't have children yet, so we just kind of fell back into the same traditions that we'd always had, the same family gatherings. And we were older, of course, there were no little children really around, so Santa wasn't really big when we first got married. And then along came Ansley, and I was just this very prim and proper and got to have it all together kind of mom. And I just wasn't sure if I was going to get all caught up in this tradition of Santa. Until Ainsley was 1, so she's probably getting close to 18 months old. It's her second Christmas. Until Santa shows up at my house. I had no idea that he was coming. So Santa he became a part of our family and the tradition that we had every year. But before that, I was thinking, I really want us to be sure that we keep Christ and the nativity story and the real reason behind Christmas center to our family. And we work hard at that every year. And I know that it was just mentioned to me the other day because Santa will be at Southside. He will be at Redstone on Sunday, December 20th, and he will be at our Commerce location on Christmas Eve. So you'll have to come and visit Southside so you can see Santa.
And this is kind of like top secret fun stuff. We're also going to do a real special thing online on Christmas Eve night. This is after our Christmas Eve services with Santa. It's going to be really cool.
It's really awesome. It's awesome to hear Santa share the real meaning of Christmas. Yeah. So we work hard at this, but it was mentioned to me because I was speaking to one of my 20-something friends that I enjoy hanging out with, and she said, I love it how your family and Southside has fun at Christmas with Santa, but everyone still knows the real reason of the season because of the traditions that we keep. And I know that there are some families out there who wonder, how can you make that possible? So how can you keep Christ Center and still include Santa?
Well, I think you talk about it is the main thing. I mean, Deuteronomy tells us that, Deuteronomy 6. You talk about the Word. You talk about your relationship with God when you lie down, when you rise up, when you walk along the road, when, all of those different things. And so I think the Christmas story is imperative for them to understand. And as a child, as a little child, believing is so simple to them. And so when you bring, whether it's Santa Claus or it's Jesus, that to me, it is so easy for them. But that way, when the older they get and the things begin to transition, they begin to see your faith lived out on a day-to-day basis, but you've made it a part. But at the same time, we've made it fun.
Yes.
And Jesus is fun. You can't read the Bible and the gospel stories and not tell me that Jesus wasn't fun. I believe he was fun. And so we've tried many times to do this, but Candy's done a good job of this year, of the Advent, of making that important and talking about that. Obviously, church is a big deal for our family, so we're involved in church on Sunday and through the week talking about it. I mean, take some time at the dinner table at night if you don't want to do the Advent, but take some time and read through the beginning of the Gospels and the Christmas story and keep Jesus in the center. You know, take some time Christmas Eve or Christmas Day to read the Christmas story or watch the Nativity movie. You know, that's a fun movie of ours that we love, or on Christmas Eve, It's a Wonderful Life. But a boy, Clarence, Murray, where's Murray? But anyway, nevertheless.
And those are fun. So those are a couple of our traditions. Christmas Eve, we watch It's a Wonderful Life together, and on Christmas Day, we watch the Nativity story. But I think it's the difference in just making Jesus priority in your life all year long, but keeping him center. Because when Jesus is center of your life and your family and your home all year long, at Christmas time, Santa is just a fun part about Christmas. And so that's my challenge and my encouragement to you is that, you know, maybe it is difficult for you to sit down and read the Bible together and pray together or have conversations about Christ, but maybe Christmas of 2020 is when you really begin that tradition. And it's not just a tradition that you have at Christmas, but it'll be something that becomes a part of your life. And that's how we're able to keep Christ center all year long. So what is the most meaningful part to you about the Nativity story?
I like the visits by the angel Gabriel to so many different people, you know, to Zechariah and Elizabeth, to Mary, to Joseph, to the shepherds, you know, so many different places where Gabriel was sent, and that was just so cool to me. I love those encounters, angelic encounters in the Bible. That's probably my favorite part. I like the whole scene in outside of Bethlehem with the shepherds and the angels and let's go see. And anyway, but probably with Gabriel and the angel encounters.
The mighty warrior angel coming to make a visit. The part that gets to me, it absolutely makes my heart pound, is to think about the verse where Mary's sitting there and she's pondering all that is happening. I can't imagine being 16, 17 years old. I would dare say she was very wise beyond her years to be that favored from our Lord. But to sit there in that humble cave with Joseph, her new husband, and to have just birthed a child, and for all of these different people come into play, shepherds coming, wise men coming with gifts like gold and frankincense and myrrh, and she's sitting there just pondering. She's just treasuring up in her heart all that's going on. And I think about so many of us when we get older and we have loved ones that leave us here on earth and they're in heaven, and all that has happened this year, of course, it has been very difficult for so many of us. But to just take time to ponder this Christmas season, you can think about and treasure all the Christmases that you've had with your loved ones that may or may not be here, the traditions that may or may not be the same, and talk about those with your family and help them to remember them. I really enjoy sitting around and talking about my mom, who's in heaven today, and some of the childhood memories that I had growing up. And because I want her to be vivid, I want her to be real, I want her to still very much be a part of our Christmases. And so I don't know where you are this year and what has happened maybe in the year of 2020, but you don't have to sit and dwell in the bad or in the sad or what's not the same. Treasure up, think about, just reminisce about what has happened. But I challenge you to think and ask your family this question: this time next year and be dreaming, be envisioning what God is going to do for you and your family in 2021, and be expecting. Be expecting Him to be a part of every day of your life in the next year and in this Christmas season. Thank you, Pastor Jeff, for
Yes.
being with us today.
Yes, ma'am. It was fun.
Merry
It was a good
Christmas.
time. Merry Christmas to you guys.